First things first, the name of the campaign. So the campaign is going to be called City of Brass and Gold. It is a steampunk / Victorian inspired campaign. The country in which the campaign takes place is a place called Velrik. This entire campaign is homebrew, so none of these places exist in any other Dungeons game. And yeah. So Velrik is, ecologically speaking, kind of like the UK, Scotland, that kind of feeling in terms of the weather. And the campaign takes place inside Morrin City. So let's talk about Morrin City. The booming industrial capital of Velrik, Morrin City sits on the coastline of the Great Ocean, which is a tumultuous, churning northern sea. The city can often be overcome with great mists from the waves in the autumn and winter, while summers are torturously hot and humid. The industrial Victorian-inspired city is the place to be for those that wish to make something of themselves in this ever-changing, ever-growing world. So it's a very populous city. Magic and science have become one and the same, as steam-powered engines bring a thriving boom of industry, and those that seek to gain from it climb the societal top of the ladder. Income inequality, lack of jobs, and poor social investment have plagued the city with poverty, while the rich seem to only get richer. The city is a vibrant melting pot of various races, classes, industry, and recreation. While the promise of uncapped societal advancement keeps immigrants pouring in, the reality of the challenges surrounding surviving in this city maintain that only those with the finances to back them can truly make a name for themselves here. Think steampunk New York, I guess, is kind of the best comparison I could think of in terms of what it's supposed to feel like, how it's supposed to kind of have that bustling vibe. Yeah. So Morrin City is vast, with several districts that make up its robust, industrious landscape. So the city is kind of broken down in a few different places. And the Morrin Express Railway is by far the easiest way to travel around town. So to get from each of these districts, the easiest and fastest way, so without spending a bunch of time in-game for walking, you could jump on the Morrin Express Railway to get around the city pretty quick. The Morrin Express has dedicated cars for those that wish to ride in luxury and those that need to get from A to B for cheap, with ticket prices to match. With stops along all the city districts, the Morrin Express is viewed by citizens as a staple of the city and a great... Jed. This is Jed. Good boy. Go. The Morrin Express is viewed by citizens as a staple of the city and a great accomplishment to the city's engineers. So let's talk about the different districts in Morrin City. When I built these districts, I was hoping that at least one of them or a few of them might speak to you and make you say, oh, I want my characters to be from that area or live in that area even if they weren't born there. As kind of a way to get a feel for your character's history, and obviously your character can be foreign as well, that's fine. But here's some trademark areas within the city that could potentially be part of your backstory, if you want to. First up is Blinders Way, the illustrious and extravagant stretch of mansions owned by the city's richest politicians, lawyers, judges, and the generally wealthy. Sprawling on the outskirts of the city proper, Blinders Way is the peak area to live for those who were born into luxury. The roads here are, literally, paved in gold. And each large estate comes equipped with steam-powered electric lights, gigantic water features, fireworks, and any type of entertainment the rich could come to fancy. Think Gatsby-ish. This district has two different stops on the Morrin Express Railway, North Blinders and South Blinders. Next up, the Market District. Akin to a bazaar of faraway lands, the Market District is a bustling place of business. Many merchant families take residence here in the buildings above the shops on the streets below. It's the perfect place to shop for new gear, a shiny new trinket, or make a shady deal. Anyone looking to make a profit, legally or otherwise, can be found in the Market District. This district has one stop on the Morrin Express Railway. Next up is College Town. True to its name, this area houses Morrin City's greatest minds and those that seek to become one of them. Morrin Royal College is the university of choice for any that long for great knowledge. The surrounding village is home to established scholars and eager students alike. Many resources can be found here. Most notably, however, is the most well-stocked library that the city has to offer. For all of you Simon types. The College Town railway station is right on the cusp of the district, just as it meets with the slums, which are up next. The slums. The most populated area in Morrin City, the slums consist of block after block of rundown, low-income housing stacked so high that the buildings look like they might topple over. Wrought with black market trading, prostitution, and crime, many residents of this district have taken to aligning into different organized gangs that fight for ownership over the blocks that make up the slums. The violence and poverty that rule the slums are a direct result of the overtaxation and lack of opportunity for advancement in Morrin's corrupt political system. This district shares its railway station with College Town, so if you want to get to either the slums or to College Town, you've only got one stop on the railway. Next up, the boardwalk. The boardwalk. The boardwalk. Oh, you guys, I'm terrible at this. How do YouTubers do this? I don't know. Alright. The boardwalk. Stretching over the coast of the Great Ocean, the boardwalk is a place of theatrical and magical wonder. Known for its wild and exhilarating shows, games, and mechanical rides, the boardwalk is the best place in the city for a bit of entertainment and an escape from your trouble, or the best place for someone just passing through to go unnoticed. But try not to accept free candy from strangers. It's not what you think it is. This district has one stop on the Morrin Express Railway. Lastly, for our district list is Town Center. Most immediately recognized by the towering spire that houses City Hall, the Town Center consists of Morrin City's most notable government buildings, big businesses, and of course, Fairfield Bank. It is neat, tidy, and constantly under control by the city's finest. Town Center is a one-stop shop for official business, like meeting with city law enforcement, banking endeavors, or appealing to political figures. So now that we've talked a bit about the surroundings and the city itself and the different places within it, I want to talk a little bit about the society itself and kind of what's going on in Morrin City at the beginning of this campaign. So Morrin City, like all cities, has its structure. Run by the well-known Governor Booth, Morrin City's government consists of a tight-knit group of city senators and their affiliates, which make up the infamous council. The council defines and controls the law, working together to determine what is or is not allowed inside the city. The council is well known for its corruption, with a history of off-the-book deals to leverage cash for laws. But as a new wave of young upstarts and political progressives have begun to win elections, there's renewed hope for what the council might become, and what they might be able to accomplish for those who have been cheated by the system for so long. There is hope for Morrin City out there somewhere. Never give up hope. Enforcing the laws put forth by the council is Morrin City Police. The police force in Morrin City are run by Chief Warwick, a no-nonsense type with little patience for the city's underbelly. So she runs the city with an iron fist to ensure peace and order among the residents there. The police utilize both mechanical weapons and magic-wielding officers to entice their citizens into compliance. So the police, generally speaking, are feared within the city, except for by the ultra-rich. You know, this universe, I want it to be any type of race. You want to be a mixed race. You want to be something super bizarre. Go for it. I want it to be just a weird amalgamation of things. What kind of separates people in this universe is class, is wealth. So as you're building your characters, you can come from either side of it. There's no one way or a different way that makes more sense for the story. There's so much to explore in this universe that you can come from the richest of the rich, you can be part of the council, you can, you know, do whatever you feel is something you want to play out, and I'm going to find a way to bring that in and make it make sense. So do whatever you want. Be a police officer. Be a street rat. Be whatever you'd like. Outside of the government and law enforcement, there's plenty to do and be a part of in Morrin City. From the theater troupes of the boardwalk, the rival gangs within the slums, and the merchant unions across the market district, Morrin City is bustling day in and day out for all who come to live there. So, all that being said, I'm really excited about this campaign. I am excited for the music and for the artwork and for building a story with you guys, because the last campaign was so much fun, and just getting to know you all as a group and getting our characters to be ridiculous together was a really good time, and I'm excited to have an opportunity to build a world that we all can play in for a little while and explore, and some of the crazy stuff that's going to happen within it. It's supposed to feel very whimsical, very lighthearted. As you're building characters, you know, think about that marriage of magic and science, and what does that mean? You know, if you're making a mage, are you someone that's truly a magic wielder, which is a slightly, we will talk about what that means within this society, or are you someone that is actually an alchemist and injects their potions like heroin? Or are you a druid, but because it's a city of metal, you're ultra rich and you built yourself a giant greenhouse to live in? You know, there's so many ways to take the, you know, standard typical D&D classes and just kind of tweak them and change them and make them something that really applies in this world, and I hope that you feel driven to do that and excited to do that. And if you're not, if this isn't speaking to you, I mean, shoot other ideas at me and I can see a way to make it work, but I'm just really, really hoping that you guys want to come along on this journey with me and create things that feel aligned with this universe. So now it is time to ask the real question. How will you choose to explore the wonder and adventure that is Morrin City? Through the eyes of a rich banker's daughter? A slum rat with nothing to lose? Bartering a deal in the market? Or putting on magic shows on the boardwalk? Better think it up quick, because it's autumn in the city. Elections are coming up. Crime has taken the city by storm, and the citizens are reaching a boiling point. So let's see what chaos lies in store for the city of brass and gold. Thanks, guys!